Hello, I'm delighted to have John Billings with us today. John leads up the automotive and aerospace business with the Siemens Digital Factory Division. Hello, John.
Hello, Dick.
Siemens went through a major reorg last year when they created the Digital Factory Division. Can you tell us more about this division and the vision behind it?
Sure. We opened up our 2015 fiscal year with a new organizational setup. And the focus is really about increasing our velocity and better serving our customers around the areas of electrification, automation, digitalization. Now, it doesn't really matter if I'm making an airplane or if I'm making an iPhone 6. The pace of demand today is just incredible for these manufacturers. And manufacturers are realizing greater levels of productivity when leveraging advanced automation solutions such as those from Siemens. Now for Siemens, the premise behind Digital Factory is that the automation and the design software are merging. And this is the true integration between the virtual world and the physical world. And this is happening not just at the product level, but also at the production process level. That's where machines, coupled with information, are driving even greater levels of quality, operational efficiencies, intellectual property, and a host of other key requirements. Now, for Siemens, this journey started over 10 years ago. We are the only automation company in the world that had the foresight 10 years ago to embark on this digital strategy. And we are so confident that this is the future of manufacturing that we rebranded our division and called it Digital Factory.
So John, how would this integration of hardware and software help the U.S. manufacturing base?
Well, Dick, there is a continued growth with inside manufacturing, but what we're seeing is an aging of those asset base, which has great concern. If you take a look inside the U.S., those aging assets are impacting manufacturers billions of dollars annually through unplanned downtime and lost productivity. In July of 2014, Morgan Stanley did a study and found out that the average age of manufacturing assets in the U.S. is at the highest level it's been since 1938. If I take a look at that with ARC Research, ARC Research did a study and found out the manufacturing systems that are at or near their end of life is close to $65 billion. And again, that's just within the US. So now let's take a look at what's going on in the industry as it pertains to utilization. The industry is near 79% utilization. In some sectors, even higher. Automotive, 84%. Food and beverage, 80%. Some companies are going to 3 shifts, all to meet demand. What this is doing is putting added strain and pressure on these aging assets. So what are companies looking for to upgrade those aging assets? What they're really looking for is how can they put solutions in that can not only help them today, but they can leverage to help them for future requirements. What they're really looking for is an end-to-end experience as that pertains to product design, production planning, production engineering, and production execution. The Siemens portfolio actually integrates that entire value chain, and the common thread throughout is software. Now, with that, you have man, machine, and processes that are going to drive even greater levels of productivities for companies that adopt that.
Industry 4.0, or in the Industrial Internet of Things, is a new frontier for our industry. How is Siemens helping companies move to Industry 4.0?
The Internet of Things and big data is the real buzz nowadays, and these are real drivers within our industry. Our Digital Factory suite of solutions is our answer to the requirements of Internet of Things. Now, our focus on digitalization comes from the fact that manufacturers have been huge producers and consumers of data since the beginning of the computer era. Matter of fact, 15 out of 17 business sectors in the US, on average, per company, have as much data or more than the US Library of Congress. Let's take aerospace as an example. For every 737 that flies across the US, continental US, They produce almost as much data as the Library of Congress. McKinsey did a survey with manufacturers and found that 80% of manufacturers will have an IoT strategy in the next 5 years, if not already. What that means to the market is that's going to create a $7.1 trillion market with 50 billion connected devices. Siemens helps companies maximize the value of their IoT strategies.
Siemens is a dominant supplier to the automotive companies around the world. Currently, automotive companies are going through a major transformation. They're in the process of launching connected cars, and soon they'll be launching autonomous cars. How are you helping automotive companies through this transformation today?
You know, automotive industry has always been the leaders in manufacturing innovation. And we hear a lot about autonomous cars and connected cars, and those will definitely be part of our future going forward. I think what's really exciting now is the investment that the automotive is making in the U.S., both from a domestic and foreign. We've heard about GM investing $9 billion. We've heard about Volkswagen investing $7 billion. Let's take BMW as an example. BMW has a plant in Spartanburg, South Carolina. They plan to invest $1 billion in that facility. They want to increase their capacity by 50%. They plan on exporting 70%. This will be the single largest plant for BMW in the world, and happens to be a company where we have a very strategic technology relationship with, that since 2004, we've been able to help deliver value that's allowed them to continue to be successful producing in South Carolina.
John, thank you very much for being with us today. We've been speaking with John Billings, Vice President, Head of Automotive Aerospace and Turnkey Solutions for Siemens Digital Factory in the U.S. Thanks for watching.